You gonna say the intro?
Bro, are you gonna count me the fuck in?
Just shut up. Just do the intro.
What is going on, everybody? Danny Two Dimes back, not with an Instagram video. No, I'm with a podcast with my boy JoJo. We're bringing you the Line 'Em Up podcast. JoJo, tell them what we're gonna talk about today.
What's going on, guys? Today we're gonna talk about the NFL draft. We got the NFL draft coming up Thursday, April 23rd to the 25th. Unfortunately, it's gonna be a virtual draft this year, but we are gonna talk about some of our picks as far as betting wise, and we're also gonna talk about our mock drafts on who we think is gonna go where. So, what do you think, Danny? What's going on?
Hey, listen, just because it's a virtual draft doesn't mean there can't be shenanigans. I've seen some bets. I'm going to tell you this bet real quick off the rip for you gambling fiends who haven't been gambling. There hasn't been sports. No one's betting these weirdo simulations. We're talking about real sports. We're talking about the draft. There is a prop bet on betonline.ag. Most of my odds coming to you on this podcast are going to be from betonline.ag. We're not sponsored by them.
The prop bets. Danny loves the prop bets.
Hey, it's all about information, folks. If you got the information, which I think I do, we might have some money to be made. But JoJo, this is our first podcast. What kind of podcast do you listen to, bro, on the regular, bro?
Well,
hold on, bro. What is so funny?
To be honest, man, I don't listen to a lot of podcasts. I do listen to First Take a lot. I do like a little bit.
Everybody loves them, but everybody loves to hate them, really.
Yeah, exactly. I do watch a lot of Sports Center. That's all I watch is sports. Now, like I said, with things going on, it's a little tough, but that's why we're here to bring these people and let them listen to something positive for once.
Yep, exactly. For real. We got all the positivity. Me, I'm going to tell you what kind of podcast I like. I like Joe Rogan, man. I'm a big Joe Rogan guy.
I never listened to Joe Rogan, but I heard his podcast is really good.
Yeah, he's very interesting. He gets a lot of cool guests on, man. It's I don't know, here and there. It's really easy now. Like you can just watch the clips of it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
All right, guys. So we could get into me and Danny's mock draft. With the first pick goes to Cincinnati Bengals. I think that one's kind of obvious for everyone, being that Cincinnati is in dire need of a quarterback. I think they're going to go with Joe Burrow from LSU, national champion quarterback. I think the kid's the real deal. I really do. I watched a lot of his games last year, and I was constantly amazed. I mean, this guy's throwing 7 touchdowns a game, 5 touchdowns a game, threw over 5,500.
The offense was nice.
I mean, it was he killed it. So I don't see them doing anything like that. I know there was a lot of talk.
He's from Ohio, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it makes perfect sense.
There was a lot of talk that Miami was trying to trade up and get that one spot from Cincinnati. But from what I read, Zach Taylor, the coach of the Bengals, they're not going to give up that pick. So I think Joe Burrow goes number 1 to Cincinnati.
It's a fact. It's done.
Yeah. I can't see it.
There's no way. It's too perfect, man. It's about stories. I feel like everybody wants a nice story. That's a great story.
Yeah. So, Danny, what do you got with the second pick?
You know what, man? I think it's Chase Young. I think 1 and 2 are pretty obvious. It's just Washington. They're taking the best available player. It's Chase Young. He's the best player in the draft. He's an insane edge rusher. I guess Ohio State is like edge rusher bro. The Bosa brothers, this fool. They can just come at your quarterback, and that's what every team wants. I mean, the Redskins, their offensive line. I mean, their defensive line is already stacked, but they're just going to add another elite pass rusher to this offensive line. They're going to be nasty.
I also agree. I think it's going to be Chase Young. Like you said, he's the best. He's the best player in the draft, hands down. I think. You're talking
not
about
a chance. There's not a chance.
16.5 sacks this year.
He's insane.
He's a monster.
All them fools at Ohio State are insane. I'm telling you, dude.
And like I said, those top 2 picks, I really think are going to make an impact, and I think they're going to make an impact for their teams right away. I could see Joe Burrow definitely being a starter, especially being in Cincinnati. And Chase Young is definitely going to be a starter with, he's a monster.
Let me bring this up real quick. At betonline.ag, listen, here's one of the prop bets. Who will the number 1 overall pick hug first? Isn't Joe Burrow isn't he a daddy's boy kind of? Isn't he I thought he has a real close connection with his dad. I got to look into this. That's at plus 250, folks.
Plus 250
I don't know.
for his dad.
To hug his dad first. I'm pretty sure he's like I don't know. I thought there was a story about him being like a daddy's boy kind of thing. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I thought he had like a real nice connection with his dad. There was a nice story there. Let me see this.
That could be a nice little pick.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Plus 250. I mean, that's pretty good odds. Are you kidding me?
With the third pick might be some controversy. Third pick's going to Detroit. I
Trade
hear
rumors.
a lot of talk that the Detroit might be looking and definitely considering trading their pick. What are your thoughts on that?
Man, what are my thoughts? If I was Detroit, would I trade the pick? Yeah, if I was Detroit. Do I think Detroit's going to trade
Really?
it? No, I think, yeah, I would trade it because I don't know, man. I don't know. I would trade it, man. I would trade it back and you can get another nice piece. Maybe not Jeff Okuda, but you might be able to, depending on if a quarterback, I mean, if a team wants a quarterback and they want to jump, like if, I don't know, like, there's a couple teams sitting in there in the top 10 at the back end of the top 10 that might want to jump up to 3 here to secure their quarterback. They don't have to take whoever, Miami doesn't take or whoever, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so it depends really. It depends if there's smoke to that. I mean, it depends if there's fire to that smoke over there that, we see all these rumors. That's the thing about the draft though. There's a lot of misinformation and teams are putting this out on purpose to try and confuse the other teams. And, so you don't know if these rumors have any weight to them at all. That's what makes this fun.
Yeah. I think Detroit should stay with their third pick. I think they are in need of a lockdown corner. I think Jeff.
Who couldn't use a lockdown corner? You know what I mean? It's like, yeah.
I just think Jeff Okuda would be a good fit for them. He killed it last year at Ohio State. So I can't see him, another impact player. I think he's going to come to that team and he could impact right away. And Detroit is in need of that.
Facts. They just traded away Slay or cut him, I think. No, they traded him.
Yeah, right? And, coming off a rough year last year. So I know those Detroit fans are all pissed, and I think it would be a good move for them to keep that pick and draft Jeff Okuda. The fourth pick is the New York Giants. I know we have a lot of Giants and Jets fans. I'm sure are going to be listening to this. The Giants, man. Who do you think they're taking?
Ooh, shoot, bro. Honestly, what do they need? They could go ahead and take Isaiah Simmons here at linebacker. He's a freak athlete. We've seen what he can do. Is he a linebacker? Is he a safety? Is he a hybrid? He's insane. He's probably the best. I don't know. He's probably the best defender in this draft, but he kind of is a weird hybrid player. So no teams really might not know how to use him effectively just yet. But
you're talking about a guy who come off his season with 104 tackles, also.
Yeah, he's insane, man. He's freaky athletic, but it's like, where does he play? But it doesn't really matter because he can pretty much. I bet he could succeed anywhere.
I do have.
He's so fast too, man.
He is. He ran a 4.39, I think, 40-yard dash in the combine.
He's insane, bro.
Which is the guy's like 6'4", 230.
He's insane. He's like the John Jones of
that fast. Yeah. So he's definitely athletic. I think the Giants could use him. I have him in the fourth spot as well. But I also do think that the Giants need a line. So I think if they took like an offensive tackle, it wouldn't be a bad choice for them either. And there's plenty of talent offensive tackle-wise with Mekhi Becton. He's up there.
Yep.
But in my opinion, my mock draft says they're going to take Isaiah Simmons at linebacker. So, I guess we'll see. But I think either way, if they draft an offensive lineman or Simmons, I think either way it's a good pick for the Giants.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of linemen, I do actually have a bet regarding this. A couple of these because I like that we both got the Giants taking Isaiah Simmons because I did indeed bet for the New York Giants to take Isaiah Simmons at plus 170. And as for the linemen, I got Jedrick Willis being the first offensive lineman off the board at plus 250. That actually, I believe that came – or at plus 225. I think that number actually came down a little bit because people are starting to, people are realizing that he's the best offensive tackle in this draft, and I think he goes off the board first. I
Yeah.
think teams already know this, but it just depends on where he goes, really.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good thing about draft day. You know, like you
Exactly.
said before, a lot of teams are doing this. A lot of teams are putting out rumors that you just don't know if it's true or not.
I
You know,
know.
you can't. You can see it on ESPN. You know, you could see it on all these other networks and what they're talking about. And you can read it online, but in reality, unless you're inside that office, you know, you don't know what's true and what's not.
You're just
So,
betting
and that's what makes the
information.
draft. That's
Yeah.
what makes the draft exciting. It makes it exciting for the audience that's going to be watching, and it makes it exciting for those players that are getting drafted, and they really don't
100%.
know where they're going. You know,
100%. There's nothing like it, really.
no,
I mean,
it's not.
there's other drafts that are just the same, pretty much. But the NFL is definitely the best. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
NFL draft is like, does anybody watch the MLB draft? Like, no. It's in the middle of the season. It's just weird. No one cares. I don't know. Do people watch the NBA draft? Maybe they do.
yeah, the NBA draft. You know,
But you think it's the same as the NFL? I feel like the NFL is just like
I think the NFL and the NBA draft are definitely the top two drafts to watch.
X.
You know, so now we move
I don't
on.
like how the NBA. I don't like how the NBA like they trade their players like after and shit. Like they get the hat and shit, and then they like trade. I don't like that. It's
Yeah,
weird.
It's
What's the
funny.
point?
I was just talking about that today, and I was saying how I wasn't a fan of that either. How,
It's
you know,
weird.
we picked somebody and, you know, not saying that, you know, these kids are, you know, 19, 20 years old coming out of the draft. So I don't think they really care where they go, you know.
Yeah.
But to get your, I guess your hopes up in a way, like, all right, I
Facts.
put on a Laker hat, I'm drafted to the Lakers, and then 2 picks from now you're going to Memphis.
Yeah, yeah. Do you remember the guy? It was like 2 years ago. He went to Villanova. He got drafted by the Sixers. His mom like worked in the organization or some shit, and then they traded him like the same day. You know what I'm saying?
I
Do you
don't
hear about
remember
that
the guy's
fool?
name,
Like
but
imagine that. Yeah, you remember? Yeah. Come on, bro.
I mean, it's
That's
it
tough.
happens. It
That's
happens.
pretty tough. That's pretty brutal. Like, damn, are you serious? I would quit. I'd be like, nah, you know what? I'm not coming in.
Quit.
Sorry. If I was his mom, are you serious? Like, that's pretty.
Yeah,
No, bro.
So next up we have the 5th pick. So the 5th pick is causing a lot of talk too. The 5th and the 6th pick, I think, are going to be very.
This is what. Yeah, this is where it gets crazy.
The 5th pick goes to Miami Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
In my mock draft, I have Justin Herbert going to Miami. I have him over Tua. I think a lot of people are. I think Tua is starting to drop a little bit. I think a lot of people are talking about him, talking about his injury and what happened. And there's no doubt that Tua is going to be a great quarterback in my mind. I think he's definitely going to, you know, get drafted top 10 and start. But I just think Justin Herbert is the better pick for Miami right now. Plus, the guy's got the NFL build. I mean, he's the quarterback at 6'6", almost 240.
Yeah.
He's
quick too, man. He's
boy.
fast.
He's fast, exactly. He could stay in the pocket, though, and he could take the hits.
Nice.
He's a big kid. What do you think?
Yeah, this is where it's kind of like it's like what do you trust? What information do you trust? There's rumors, you know, they love Tua. There's rumors they love Herbert. It's like, what do you believe? You know, I stayed away from this in terms of like betting on it. I just can't trust these teams when it comes to quarterbacks because they're so weird about it. They always want to be innovative and crazy. I don't know. It's just so weird. Yeah. So, you know, it could go either way. To me, it's a coin flip. That's why I stuck away from it. You know, it really just we'll see.
But with your pick at number 5 for Miami Dolphins, who are you picking?
It's like if I'm Miami, who do I want over Herbert or Tua? Shoot, man, I'd take Tua to be honest. I would take a chance with Tua. I don't know.
It's a big thing. It's a big thing going around the league right now, though. I mean, I read plenty of articles. I was watching just plenty of videos too, and that's the 5 or 6 pick is going to be Tua or Herbert, and it's deciding is Herbert going to be before Tua, and if he is before Tua, is Tua going to drop, and how far is he going to drop? So with that being said, we go to the 6th pick, which is the Chargers. I have Tua going to the Chargers. I think
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think he would drop either. Really,
they need
not that
they
much.
Need a quarterback right now, and
yeah, that's the thing.
I think Tua would be great for them. But my thing is now too, if Tua for some reason does not go 5 or does not go 6, how far does he go?
Yeah, that's where it gets interesting. Where does he go at that point? Does Carolina what is Carolina doing? I don't know. What is Like, what are these teams doing?
That's what I'm saying, and
What
that's
did Carolina do? Did they sign any quarterbacks? I don't think so.
no. I don't think they signed any quarterbacks, but they my opinion would be maybe 9 to Jacksonville. Tua could go to Jacksonville. You know, they have Gardner Minshew there, but Minshew, you know, like we talked about before, he's not he's not a franchise quarterback. To me, he's not even really a starter quarterback. So does Tua go there if he keeps dropping? But me personally, I think he should stay at 5 or 6. I have him at 6. But I mean, I guess, find out.
Yeah, I agree. It's just I honestly, you know what? I don't know. I think Tua goes. Yeah, I think Tua goes to Miami. So I don't know, man.
So who do you have 6? Do you have Herbert at 6?
That's what. I think Herbert would go. Well, this is me just thinking right now. Like, I don't have an official mock draft, to be honest.
Right.
But just me thinking right now, like, I feel like I just feel like Tua is going to go to Miami and Herbert's going, probably to San Diego or LA, whatever they call themselves nowadays.
Yeah, that's all changing too.
Yeah, right.
I did read something that Tua might drop to Las Vegas, which is the Raiders.
Yeah, that's like pretty.
That's
far,
a pretty
though,
far jump for Tua to go down.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think I don't know.
That's a far jump. I mean, yeah, they could use a quarterback too, but I think he gets definitely taken before them. You know, whether it's by San Diego, Miami, not San Diego, Los Angeles, whatever they call themselves.
Yeah, right. No, but yeah, that's such a far. Yeah, I don't see him
Jacksonville,
dropping that far,
something like that. They just, there's no way he goes that far, in my opinion.
Me neither. There's no way.
Then we have the 7th pick. The 7th pick goes to Carolina. Mm-hmm. Carolina, as you know, they don't have a quarterback.
They don't have a line either, though. That's the thing.
They don't have a line. They don't have a defensive line. Carolina, to me, is going to struggle this year, just like last year. I don't know if letting go of Cam Newton was the right decision for them yet. I kind of want to see how that plays out. But to me, I have Derek Brown, the defensive tackle, going to them.
That's interesting.
I think Carolina could use it. But then again, I think Carolina needs a lot of things right now. But I think defense is definitely on the top of the list, so I definitely could see them drafting a cornerback, a linebacker, or a defensive line. So I chose to go with defensive line, Derek Brown.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I got Derek Brown. This is the thing about the rumors. Like, I bought into one of the rumors. I got Derek Brown going 8 to the Cardinals. That's just something a little birdie told me. So we'll see how that pans out. I kind of played that. I got Arizona Cardinals first pick, defensive player at plus 250. I think the Arizona Cardinals at 8 are going to go Derek Brown.
I think you might. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
but
tough.
A little birdie told me. I don't know.
Going into that 8th pick with Arizona there, I have Jedrick Wills. So I have them picking an offensive player.
Facts.
It's not a bad move for them because now with Kyler Murray, they need
to protect him. Yeah.
That is going to be your franchise quarterback.
Facts.
I mean, he was a rookie last year, and I thought he played solid. I still think there's plenty of more for him to come in.
Facts.
So I think they need to protect him, and I think one of their main primary needs is going to be an offensive lineman. So,
bro,
that's who
that offense is gonna be insane next year, bro.
Yeah.
D-Hop, Kyler Murray just flinging it all over the field. It's gonna be insane.
That's what I'm saying.
Imagine if they got another wide receiver. They won't.
That's what I'm saying. With their receivers that they have now, even though
this is just something I heard.
Larry's getting old. You still have Larry,
but he's still nice.
You have DeAndre Hopkins, you have Kyler Murray, and you still have their running back Kenyon Drake, who's solid. That's a solid.
They're gonna be just tossing it around though. I feel like
you need somebody that's gonna protect him. So I think picking an offensive lineman would probably be the best pick for them.
Facts. I just think that I think that they fell in love with Derek Brown, and if he's there at 8, they're gonna take him. But we'll see. But if that is correct, then I do have Jedrick Willis being the first offensive tackle taken, or offensive lineman taken. So that would make that bet hit. So that'd be nice.
And what's those?
What are we at now? Now we're at 8. What do you got for 8 then?
We're at 9.
You had them taking Willis, right? Yeah.
I took Willis 8. Yeah.
And then what about 9?
9 goes to Jacksonville.
Mm.
So that kind of this one's up in the air, I think. Like I said, I don't think Tua drops to 9. If he is available at 9, I do say they take him. But being that I have him off the board already at 5 or 6, and this pick is going to be interesting to some people, but I think Jacksonville takes Jerry Jeudy.
Really?
I do. I think he's the best wide receiver in the draft. I think Jacksonville could use help on offense as much as they could get. I think he'll definitely bring a spark to that offense. You're talking about a guy who had 77 receptions this year. You know, I mean, kid killed it.
Bro, he's insane.
He is. He's insane. I know a lot of people were saying Jeudy could end up going to the Jets or the Raiders, the 11-12 pick, something like that. But in my opinion, I think he goes 9. I think he goes to Jacksonville. Just some inside things of what I read and what I heard. That's where I see him going.
That's interesting. I think we need to take this time to talk about the receivers of the draft for a second, man. This class is insanely deep, bro. Yeah. Insanely deep. And that's why I took receivers drafted in the first round under 5.5. I think that a lot of these teams are going to be thinking, let's address other needs in the first round, like the Jets, for instance. Let's address offensive tackle in the first round, and then we'll go get our receiver in, day 2 or 3 when there's still a ton of talent in this draft class, okay? So that's why I went under 5.5 there. But, man, let me tell you something. Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, these fools are incredible. When they get both of them are so elusive when they get the ball in their hands. To me, they're like 1A, 1B. And then we got Henry Ruggs, who I actually have being drafted as the first receiver off the board at plus 250. Listen. And I have his draft position under 13.5. I think he is, I think he's going to go first. It's not up to me. It's up to the GMs, That's what I got.
You have him first receiver off the board.
Yeah, that's who I think. That's where I'm placing my money. So.
Yeah, I mean, just to go off what you said, I think the receivers in this class are, like you said, are amazingly talented. Mm-hmm. I think it's probably one of the better classes that we've seen as far as wide
forever, bro. And I got excuse me, real fast, Jojo, my bad. I got that full at plus 350, just to let it be known. My bad, bro. I had to make sure they know. That's good odds.
I do disagree there, though. I don't think he's going to be first off the board. Obviously, I have Jerry Jeudy first off the board. I also see CeeDee Lamb going in front of him as well. I could see CeeDee Lamb going maybe 12 or 13, maybe 11 to the Jets. But
I wish.
Yeah.
but I think what they're going to do is
the Jets will mess that up anyway.
No, you can't mess up CeeDee Lamb, bro. You can't mess that up.
I'm saying they won't take him probably.
No, they won't. I don't think they will. I think they're going to go tackle, bro. Cuz the GM is just he's that kind of guy. He's going to build the fucking offensive lineup and then we'll get the receivers. And that's okay because like I said, in this if I was him, I'd do the same thing because in this draft class, the receiver it's so deep. I hope they go get Pittman out of USC to team up with Sam Darnold. Little Trojan connection back there. I don't mind it. I like that. Even if it doesn't even if it doesn't really mean anything, I like that little,
right.
Right.
Then we have the 10th pick. 10th pick goes to Cleveland. Cleveland to me is gonna be a playoff team this year.
Think so?
Yeah, I'm gonna go out.
You think the Ravens regress a lot?
I'm going to go bold, and I'm going to say that. I don't know if the Ravens regress a lot. I just think the Browns are going to start to be more competitive now.
But are they a wild card team, or they win their division?
I can see the Browns as a wild card team. Yeah, I can see them as a wild card team. I think Baker Mayfield needs to get it together a little bit. He needs to have probably one of the best years he's had since he's been in the NFL for them to do this. But I have them. I think they also need a line. So I have them drafting Mekhi Becton, the offensive tackle from Louisville. Talk about a monster. I think this kid's huge. He's 6'7", 370, something like that. And he ran a 5'1", 40-yard dash on the combine. That is a freight train moving. That's a big boy moving at you. And just looking at some of his highlight tapes, he's bullying people on the line. And I think that would be a good pick for Cleveland. He needs to give, we all know Baker could do it with his feet, but I think Baker needs to develop staying in the pocket and being able to throw, and taking some shots downfield, and he needs time to do that. And I think Mekhi Becton will definitely help him.
100%. 100%, bro.
Who you have
and this is where the Jets now if we go to 11, like this is where the Jets come in, man.
The Jets.
And it's like, what do we do? Because according to this, like according to your draft, so our draft so far, there's a lot of I don't know how many offensive tackles have been taken so far. Like 2. It's like shoot.
I have 2 offensive tackles taken.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, do you want to kind of get like I don't know, could he miss? Like it depends how you grade these tackles. Like, are they can't miss prospects that you can start right away and be competitive, or like I think they are, to be honest.
In my original mock draft, I actually had the Jets taking CeeDee Lamb, which is still an option.
I would love it.
I don't know if they will, but it's definitely an option. I think CeeDee Lamb's a good fit for the Jets right now. I think the Jets need some help. I mean, you're a Jets fan. I'm not a Jets fan, so you're the one that's got to deal with it. But I do think a wide receiver is definitely one of their primary needs right now. And I think, why not CeeDee Lamb? I don't think they get Jerry Jeudy. I think Jerry Judy's going to be taken before they get that pick. But it could go reverse, and CeeDee Lamb could get picked there.
Yeah.
Jeudy.
Even if they get stuck with Ruggs, I mean, that's the thing. I don't think it's getting stuck with anybody. Like, these receivers are insane. Like, I would take Ruggs, too, with that 40 speed. Are you serious?
Right. So I think that pick.
And he's not just a sprinter either. He could, he's a route runner. He's a receiver. He's a football player, guys.
But do the Jets go with the wide receiver, or
that's what I'm saying? Like, Joe Douglas
try and take an offensive tackle. Now, if those 2 offensive tackles aren't taken by then I think the Jets.
100%. It's 100%. Yeah. If they have the first potential choice at offensive tackle, I don't think they will. Maybe the second. I mean, they could have the first. Who knows? It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would have the first, though.
I don't think they'll have the first. I think
they might have the second, which is
at least one of them will be gone by then.
Yeah,
but
probably right.
I could, if there is an offensive tackle available between those top 2 that we talked about already, I think the Jets do take them and they'll snag them up. But if not, I could see them going wide receiver. And like you said, Ruggs isn't a bad option for them, but I think CeeDee Lamb wouldn't be a bad choice.
Of course not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, with receiver, it's like you might as well just wait. That's why I got under 5.5. Let me just recap my picks real quick, just to get them all in together at the end. I got Henry Ruggs, first receiver drafted, plus 350. DeAndre Swift, first running back drafted. We didn't really talk about this, man. But, yeah, running backs in this class.
A running back getting drafted yet.
No, that's because I don't think there will be many in the first round. I think DeAndre Swift might be the only one.
Not be a top 10, top 12 running back draft.
Oh, no, of course not. I think you might see Miami take a running back. And, like, from things I've read, I've seen Miami. They kind of want a running back at 26, possibly. That might be where DeAndre Swift comes in out of UGA. That's like running back man. I swear to God, they have a nice running back for the draft every year, it seems like. And I think they got another one coming up next year, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know, Jake.
I have a good question, actually. One of my friends asked me this just before. If Miami has a good draft class, if they, draft the way that they can and make some moves like that, do they become a playoff team this year?
I don't think. Well, you know what? It's kind of – if they have an insane draft, I mean, the AFC East is open, right?
That's what I was going to say.
Who's the favorite in the AFC East? A lot of people are saying the Bills. So, I mean, no offense to the Bills, but, that kind of – I don't know. That style of football, I mean, I don't know. I don't really like that style of
I
football.
personally see the Bills being a favorite right now, just because
Yeah,
I don't see the Patriots being a favorite without Brady. First year without Brady. I know Belichick
exactly.
is
No, there's
amazing. I know he's
yeah,
going to win games. I know he's going to figure something out. But to win a division first year without Brady,
it's gonna be
we don't
tough.
even know who's going to be their
Who's
quarterback.
gonna be the quarterback? Is it Stidham? Are you
We
serious?
don't know who's going to be their quarterback. That was another pick that they're talking about.
Who could they take? Maybe they take what's his
Well,
name?
the
Jordan
Patriots,
Love or
yeah,
something.
and I was going to say that
Utah
too.
State. I don't know.
That's
I mean, maybe you never know. Like
that's
him
not a
under
bad idea.
Belichick's
That is not a
tutelage.
bad idea. I'll tell you right now, though, if the Patriots do draft a quarterback in this class, I think that quarterback is going to end up starting for them. And being under Belichick, I think it would be a great move.
Same, because if you look at these quarterbacks, I mean, they're all better than Stidham, aren't they? Even Jordan Love, it's like, well, I don't know about Jordan Love. You can't really
Who
determine
is
that.
Stidham?
Exactly. Fool went
Who
to
is
like
Stidham? I
Auburn or
don't even know
something.
who that guy is.
He's not that
So
good, man. I don't know, man. I haven't watched a ton of him because he hasn't fucking played a ton. Sorry. Like,
yeah,
damn, what do you want me to do?
I don't even
How
know
am I
who
going
that
to
guy is,
analyze
to be
that?
honest with you. So
I think he came in and threw. Well, I don't know if this was him, but I remember they were playing the Jets. I think he came in, threw a pick six to Jamal Adams, and then got his ass back on the fucking bench. I'm pretty sure that was him. So if that's him, I mean, like, I'm not. Yeah, I don't think they're the favorites
I
either.
think that was last year's game.
That was that's what I'm saying. Like, was
That
that
game
Stidham or
actually
was that
cost
somebody
them
else?
too because I had the New England plus the points, well
And they
minus the points,
lost. Oh
and
yeah, they.
Brady came out. They put in that asshole, and he threw a pick
Yeah,
six, and that lost me money. So
yeah. So was that? So was
I'm
that
definitely
Stidham?
in favor of him staying on the bench.
For real.
But that would be a pretty cool pick. I mean, I don't remember the last time the last time the Patriots
Jimmy
picked a
G.
quarterback
It
was
was Stidham, I guess.
how long ago?
Well, it was just Stidham before, but like, you know,
But well, yeah, I mean,
that was kind of. I don't know why they
who's
did. That
gonna
was in like the
play? Are
fifth
they
round. I
gonna
don't even
who's
know when
gonna
that was
play?
actually.
So I think getting back to the topic, I do think the Bills are going to be the favorite for right now.
Facts.
But all that's going to change once the season starts, you know. And I think a lot of it is going to depend on the draft. I think if the Jets draft the right way, I don't know. I'm not sold on the Jets becoming a playoff team yet. Do I think
Me
they have a
neither.
better
Me
year than
neither.
last year? Yeah. I mean, I like to see the Jets do well. Just being in New York, I like to see the Jets do well. But it's been pretty rough to watch in the last couple of years.
Yeah, there's been some bright spots though.
They did have some bright spots.
Well, they're talking about trading Jamal Adams right now, which is like, yo, take it easy real quick. Come on.
Yeah, you were saying that.
I don't want to trade him, bro. No.
Yeah, no, I don't think that would be a good move for
He's
them.
too good. He's too good. He's like an X factor on defense,
Well,
which is
last year
just
they talked
rare.
about trading Jamal Adams.
Yeah, that's why hopefully it's just rumors again, but I don't know.
One thing that the Jets did that I heard last year was they talked to Jamal Adams without being traded, and Jamal Adams said that he wanted to stay in New York. He loved New York.
Yeah, but there was some drama.
And then the next week, they're trying to trade him. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's some drama. No, I don't. But here's the problem with that. I think that was kind of manufactured by Jerry Jones. I think that like Jerry Jones called the Jets, and the Jets said, "Okay, we'll listen to any offer." It's like obviously you're going to listen to the offer. That's just what you do as a GM. You don't just say, "Oh," I mean, you can say, "Oh, that player's untouchable," but it's like, bro. And this was before Jamal Adams started to kind of go off. So it's like, don't you know what I'm saying? Like, why not listen? You're you're a couple years away. Why not get some draft capital or do something?
Yeah.
But I'm glad they didn't trade him. I hope they re-sign him. But that's why this whole thing is coming to the light again, because Jamal Adams is reportedly not going to report to training camp. So now they're talking about trading him. It's just, I don't know, man. They might end up trading him just because they don't like the drama or something.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
So being that we did say our picks, what I would
let me just hold on. Wait, let me just run through my picks real quick because I don't think I got them all. I'm gonna run through them real fast. All right.
Your prop.
I got Henry Ruggs draft position under 13.5 minus 140. That might have changed. I also got him as the first wide receiver taken at plus 350. DeAndre Swift, first running back taken minus 180. Arizona Cardinals first pick, defensive player plus 250. First offensive lineman drafted, Jedrick Willis plus 225. New York Giants first draft pick, Isaiah Simmons plus 170. Which pick will Jeff Okudah be drafted? Under 4.5. Which pick will Henry Ruggs be drafted? Under 13.5. Total receivers drafted in the first round, under 5.5 plus 185. those are my picks for the draft. If you wanted them real quick, if the only reason you came to this video was for those picks, okay, that's okay, because those are good picks, folks. I think they're going to win some money. There's been rumors that Andrew Thomas is supposedly going to be the first offensive lineman taken. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, it's all rumors, man. I already put the bets in. I'm letting it fly till the draft. We'll see what happens come draft day, okay? Like
Definitely,
Johnny Manziel and Drake
out
were
of
talking
those, I
about.
think my favorite one is probably those wide receivers under 5.5 in the first round. Like we touched
Plus
on that
185,
earlier.
son.
It is, like you said, it's a very talented wide receiver class, but I don't think they're gonna fly like that. I think teams have a lot of other primary positions to fill first, and they know those wide receivers are going to be around. And being that there's a lot of them this year that will do work for these teams, they'll be around in the later round and in the second round and third round. So I definitely like that under 5.5 pick. That would be one of my picks also.
Salute. And listen, teams don't value wide receivers the same as left tackles. They just don't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
they're always going to go left tackle. Like, receivers are like, yeah, they're a sexy position for like the fans and stuff. But for teams, man, they look at them like a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So with all those picks being said, as far as betting picks and our mock drafts, one thing I would like to say that we're going to be way too early on is who can you see winning the 2021 Super Bowl?
Shoot, man. I have not even thought about this at all. Honestly, bro, it's like, how do you stop the Chiefs if they're gonna bring back the same people? It's like, how do you stop the Chiefs in the AFC? Who's gonna stop the Chiefs in the AFC?
I don't know.
Nobody, son. I don't think anybody will. Who's their biggest contender? The Ravens? Like, I don't know, dude. You gonna replicate that twice?
Me personally, I'm a Colts fan, so I am a little biased with the Colts. But
Phillip coming in.
We got Philip Rivers now, which I don't know how I feel about that. I think we paid him way too much money for a 1-year deal. We gave him $25 million, which I thought was a lot for a guy who's 36, 37, 38 years old, something like that. My biggest concern with Philip Rivers is he's one of the best quarterbacks that hasn't won a Super Bowl yet, hands down. But I see that I read a lot too, that he doesn't get along with his teammates too well.
No. How can he?
The whole team's chemistry, man. And I don't know if it was because he just got used to losing with the Chargers, that he was always pissed off, or what his case was. But as a Colts fan, I'm begging him, please don't bring that energy. Don't bring that shit here.
That's all he has, bro. That's all he has is that energy, though. It's coming. Like, it's coming for 20. It's coming with the $25 million price tag. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
that fool is a weirdo. I don't know what's wrong with him, but you're all right. He's a negative just guy. Yeah. But like, think about it. How old is he? He's like some 36-year-old fucking. Come on, he's not going to get along with his teammates. His teammates are all, relatively younger than him. It's like they're a different generation.
That was another thing too. I mean, the Colts have a young team.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's got to be the leader of that shit.
With last year behind us, we started off the season 3-1. It was looking a little good. Unfortunately, we lost like 4 in a row, and it didn't, end too well for us. But, now, like I said, they took Philip Rivers. So that means Brissett gets pushed. Did I think Brissett was going to be a franchise quarterback for us anyway? No. Did I think he's a solid backup quarterback, though? Absolutely. I think he's a solid backup quarterback in the NFL. I think he does make some very good decisions, and he's very good on his feet. And he reminds you of Andrew Luck. He'll sit there, he'll take a hit for you for the extra yards. We definitely miss Andrew Luck.
It's that New England in him, bro.
Definitely miss Andrew Luck. But
where's he at, man? His dad's out of a job now, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
The XFL went under, bro. The XFL, man,
they're not coming back either.
Yeah, that sucks, man. That's just cursed. That league is cursed, bro. Sorry.
I watched it for a little bit when it first came.
It was pretty good. That's crazy. Like, this is the part. Like, it wasn't its fault. Like, it would have been back next year. Or it would have been, it would have kept on going, but.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it's football, man. It's football. So to be able to have another football league to watch on Saturday and Sunday.
I had some bets that I had the DC Defenders.
Something to bet on.
Yeah. I had the DC Defenders and the Houston Roughnecks to win the championship, both at pretty good odds, and they were like sitting at the top of their divisions. I mean, come on.
Well, now the whole thing got suspended.
Fuck. Same with my college basketball bets. I saw some fool the other day in a Seton Hall jacket. Like, bro, I had them at 50 to win, 50 to 1 to win the national championship. You're walking around in that?
Don't forget about San Diego State.
Yeah, let's not bring that up, man. You know what I said.
So all in all, I think the draft should be an interesting night this year. I think the NFL should be an interesting year this year. I really hope that, you know, everything goes back to normal soon.
Same. Even if it means no fans. What do you think about that?
I don't mind it.
Me neither.
Some people do. I heard a lot of the players didn't like it, you know, and I understand to a point. You know, I understand, you know, you want to play in front of your fans, and that's what gets you hyped, and that's what gets you going.
That's what gets you paid, too. These fools are taking a pay cut because of this.
And I understand that. But what these guys are forgetting, too, and maybe it's just us saying this because we're regular guys and stuff.
We're bored.
But when it comes down to it, you know, you're getting paid $100 million to play a sport that you love. I don't give a fuck who's watching.
Yeah, for real, bro. Like, even if you got to take a pay cut, like, bitch, what? There's so many people not working, bro. Like, go at least give them a little bit of joy.
Yeah, I think they don't think of the whole picture either. They're thinking about themselves by saying, oh, well, it's no fun for us playing in an empty arena. And I understand that. But it's fun for these fans that are watching around the world.
Watching at home.
You're giving something to watch on the TV. You're giving these kids something to look forward to. And you're giving people like us things to talk about. And
what the fuck? You could have had 6 podcasts by now if these dickheads were playing, man.
So I definitely agree with them playing with no fans. I think one of the topics they talk about was moving the NBA season to Florida because there has been, like, you know, a lot of less cases there with the coronavirus and everything. So they were thinking about playing their games and the rest of their seasons there. I don't know how that would work personally. I don't know if you can move all those NBA teams down to Florida to play in a couple arenas just to finish the season. But, I mean, if you could do it and it works, I definitely say do it. Because in this time where everyone's bored at home and there's nothing to do and there's nothing to watch and, you know, everyone's missing sports, I think it's going to, you know, it's a thing that we need. You know, even with the NFL draft, it's something that we need. The NFL draft is a positive night. You know, you see these young players becoming, you know, professionals and celebrating with their families and stuff like that, and that's a positive thing. And I think that's what we need. So we definitely need to bring sports back, even if it's just to the TV.
Listen, that is a positive thing. And when you mentioned the people celebrating with their families, I just thought of the prop. Did we even mention this at the beginning of the show?
No, I thought about that
over 10 and a half. I don't even remember
that prop.
Listen, bro. This is we just brought something back from the very intro of the show. That's how we do it, bro. Over 9.5 people on the virtual draft. This means when these kids are celebrating with their families and stuff, will there be 10 people in one of these NFL draft players like celebrations? I'm taking the over. I don't think these fools care about the coronavirus right now. But, you know, I don't know if the NFL sent out a memo saying, like, listen, we have to social distance on the draft cam footage. We can't offend people on Twitter.
Which is definitely possible. Yeah,
the NFL would do some soft shit like that.
That's definitely possible. The NFL does do something like that. I personally think it's going to go over, too.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I at least think there's going to be somebody with, like, you know, 40 people up in there.
You know, one person's going to have absolutely
100%. Probably somebody from, like, low-key
banger.
I'm trying to cook, but, like, probably somebody – no, I'm not actually – you know what? Never mind. I don't know, bro.
Well, you know, I think one person at least is going to have a fucking banger.
How many people is Joe Burrow going to have in there? Probably at least, like, 15. He's the
– Well, that's what I'm saying. You're talking about 9 people. Some of the families are fucking 9 people alone. And you're not considering, you know, all your aunts and uncles and grandparents.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, they'll make the trip. They'll make the
huge night. You got to remember, these kids aren't. They're kids. They're 20 years old. They're 21 years old. Like, they want their family. They need their family around them for nights like this. They're not like fucking 40 years old getting, you know, some good news.
Yeah.
You know, it's a huge night. It's a huge night. So I definitely see that going over, you know, as well. And I would take that heavy.
Same. Well, I don't know about heavy. I mean, come on, bro. The NFL might have said something, but, you know, I took it for a little position. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Something small, just something fun to bet on. I mean, come on, it's the NFL draft. What else are you betting on, bro? Bet on whatever.
Yeah.
There's so many picks. Like, I'm telling you, compared to last year, these draft odds, bro, they're insane. There's so many more picks than last year. There's so many more props than last year. It's just because they know that we have nothing to do, and we're gonna bet this draft crazy.
Yeah,
That's what we do.
they're definitely right.
Facts.
But,
Well, folks, I think it's about that time we wrap it up. What do you say?
Yeah, guys. I just want to
How did we do for our first podcast?
definitely,
how was
definitely leave us some comments. Let us know how the first episode was. You know, we're gonna keep coming out with episodes. Each episode is gonna be something different. Like I said, this one was about the NFL draft. Who knows what the next one will be? Once sports come back, it'll definitely be just talking about everything as far as highlights, scores, you know, everything like that, betting odds, futures,
Picks.
you know, everything like that. So it's definitely going to get a little bit easier. But, you know, we appreciate you guys listening to the first episode at least. You know, we'll be posted up on YouTube. We have the Instagram. I'll put all that stuff in like the bios and the comments and stuff like that. So feel free to give us a follow, stuff like that. But we appreciate you guys listening. You got anything else? Anything to say?
Nah, bro. And listen, they'll get better with time because, you know, everything is better with experience, guys.
That's
just
right.
like us. We're better with experience, just like you guys too, listening.
Yeah.
So hope we did you proud.
Yeah, everyone stay safe out there.
Facts.
You know,
listen, you don't know what's going on out there. Stay
safe out there, especially if you live in New York and stuff like me.
Jesus
you know,
or China, I hear is
stay
bad.
safe. Yeah. Yep. But all right, guys, thanks for listening. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next time.